Test, test. Checking out my mic. What is up, everybody, on this beautiful Rocket Mortgage Tuesday? Hope everybody can hear me okay. Leave it in the chat if you're having trouble with chatting or microphones or all the stuff that we normally go through. But I'm looking at my YouTube and looks like everything's on and running. And chat is running. Thanks, Lion. Appreciate it. I had a problem with that last time. But hey, what a day here early for Rocket. And there's still a lot of time left in the market. We are at 2:30. And this has been a, a big event for me. So overall market today, I typically look at the NASDAQ. That's kind of my barometer. I don't really care about the Dow and the S&P 500. And NASDAQ's down minus 1%. But Rocket has hit, by all intents and purposes, a brand new high. Let me check to see. There was a time, it closed at 28. I thought there was a time it was in the 30s, but anyhow, long story short, looks like it's gotten a lot of traction across some of the message boards. I have not looked at Reddit today. We'll look at that together here in a second. I do go on StockTwits from time to time, and you can see how quickly the Rocket posts are coming in. And StockTwits is more like, kind of like Twitter, except it's more or less like day traders. I don't spend a ton of time there, but you can get some kind of good info from people, just like a pulse of the market on this site. And there's some pretty smart guys and girls on here. Most of them are day traders, though. So if you're fundamental and long, typically like I am, it may not be the exact place for you, but there's always entertaining tweets on there. And compared to Reddit, like if you're looking for information on stocks that go really quickly, compared to Reddit, so a board like this is going to go so much faster. You can see we've been, I refreshed this page like a minute ago, and you've got 38, 39 new posts already. So that's just a tip. You also had Jim Cramer recently come. Where is he at now? So Cramer, of all people, likes Rocket. He just had him on the show. And, regardless of what you think of Jim, I like him. I've sort of grown up with him in a way because I'm a little bit older. But he just had a point on Rocket right here. Why was 38% of this company sold short? It's a really solid company. May not be your favorite if rates soar, but it is so well run. There is an interview of the CEO on the Cramer Show. You probably find it on the CNBC website. So anyway, that's just a quick overview of what we're looking at today and why I wanted to do this special live stream. If you're new to the channel, I have been in Rocket for a long time. The longest you can be in Rocket historically is August, and that's exactly when I got in. So I'm sitting with the cost basis of roughly $19. I think it's a shade under 20. Again, typically like more of a fundamentals investor, more of a long-term investor. But I knew Rocket had a chance to do something like this. And obviously, as we went through GameStop scenario and people spent more time looking at shorted stocks, I was like, you never know the day that Rocket's number might come up. And here we are today. Now, the question, of course, is where can it go from here? Funny enough, if you look on the links, the description of this live stream, I posted all my Rocket videos there that you can click on and watch later if you want. Just looking at the results after the earnings, which were great, and I kind of thought in my head from a fundamental perspective, if it kept trading as a mortgage company, which it has been, then maybe we get to $30 or so by the end of the year, plus the special dividend that they have coming up. And for me, that was okay, right? It's not the greatest return, but if I hit 30 and I would have held it for about a year, that would have been a plus 50% stock for me. And I would have been relatively happy for that. And frankly, I probably would have held it longer. But now here we are at 36.65 as I'm checking the tracker, and everything's changed. Okay, everything's changed in my playbook. What I'm doing right now, I guess at the core of it all, I'd like to really hold out for that special dividend. That's coming on March 23rd. You do have to be in the stock. It's technically by March 9th is the ex-dividend date, but I've warned you guys before, if you're counting on Robinhood or a secondary trading platform to give you official credit for your holding date, I would get in by March 7th or 8th. Probably the 7th, to be honest with you. What day is the 9th? The 9th is a Tuesday. So if you're getting in, man, I would get in by the 5th, maybe a Friday. Worst case scenario, Monday the 8th, because there's going to be shareholders of record for March 9th, and that can be a precarious situation if your stock trading platform doesn't update their records in a timely manner. And we've seen that Robinhood's been spotty there. But frankly, I think only Charles Schwab and Fidelity have direct connections to the clearinghouse. I think everybody else outsources. So just keep that in mind. All right, real quick, I'm going to get a drink, and I am going to just go and say hi to everybody, see what kind of questions we got. Lion, good to see you. Thanks, everybody, for at least leaving a quick comment. Had major comment problems last Thursday. It wouldn't turn on. I thought it was my fault for the longest time, but I don't know if you guys looked. Whatever day it was, YouTube had outages. They had like international outages. So I don't know if that was the problem. But anywho, thank you for suggesting. Thank you. I hope you got in. LD, I've been thinking about you as I've watched this because I know that you were getting anxious with Rocket. And I hope that you stayed in long enough. So awesome. Congrats to everybody. Yep, the dollar. So Anthony comes in. They're giving $1.11 per share. That is nuts for a $20 stock. Okay, I know it's not $20 right now, but if you had this on earnings, you were essentially holding a $20 stock that's paying a $1 special dividend. That's unheard of. So whatever you do with Rocket, factor in your $1.11 dividend, and because that's a return. And so keep that in mind. LD, yes, it has been a drag, under 20. So out of all the stocks that I've owned, not that I'm a big channel, but I've gotten the most pushback on Rocket. You're stupid, this stock's dead, it's not going anywhere. And frankly, it didn't. So I'm a scoreboard guy, and the scoreboard did not lie. For a long time, it was stuck at $20. I was okay with that because the company was generating money. The only thing I was worried about for the long term, and it's in my latest video linked below, was they've done so well. The stock, after earnings, it looked like it was going to be $24, $25 stock without all this momentum that's going on, right? So I was like, now every year that goes out, because the stock market's always looking ahead, every year that goes out, I'm starting to get nervous because we know interest rates are going to go up eventually. I don't think they will in 21, to be real honest with you. I think 22, they get a little bit of a bump, but I think it's slow and steady. But when the earnings report came out, I'm like, gosh, if everybody in the market is so negative on interest rates that I just don't know if we're going to see enough investors come into this stock and push it. So that's why I'm glad it's had this momentum run. Obviously, there's probably a ton of short timers in here, which is great. I don't have a problem with that. And there's a short squeeze that you can pull off with this if that's your MO. But I think when I look at this stock, and I've looked at it for a long time, and there's some of you who've been in it for a long time too, I am going to probably sell if it gets to 50 in a short amount of time, I'll sell my cost basis, right? So I'll basically be trading the rest for free. That's how I'm looking at it. So I don't want to do that really, because I usually try not to get short-term stock gains because it messes with my taxes a little bit, because I have to pay regular income on them. It's not the end of the world, but it's just kind of annoying. And I'd also like to get that dividend, but I don't know how we're going to we'll probably be playing with fire on the dividend date. If this one runs up to whatever it runs to, right, somewhere on March 23rd, the dividend date, we're all going to be playing with fire on who holds longer. So you can either get it and sell out, see what happens, or if, like, let's say that you can't get to your computer on the dividend date and you wake up on April 1st, you might as well just hold it from there, because anyone who's changed hands has already changed hands. So there's a little game with it. So make sure that you think about your exit strategy. Mine's in the neighborhood of $50. We'll see what happens. And then for the long term, again, fundamentally, let me see what let me pull out my calculations on this one so I can tell you guys a little bit more clearer how I had this out. Just got to All right, so you had a 3.9, by the way, is the official dividend date, ex-dividend date, pays out on 3/23. Hopefully I said that correctly. I'm looking at some notes right now. And really, right now you have that EPS of $1. I wish they would put this information more clearly on Yahoo. I had the PE at about 12 or 13 bucks is what I had it today. And I can't find the EPS because Yahoo hasn't updated it yet. So I think into next year, this stock can warrant a PE as high as 20. So that's where I kind of got the 30 number originally before you had the momentum. I had the $30 price for like natural growth. Once you're in the 40s, you probably got all the 2022 in there from a fundamental standpoint. And then the only thing that you can expect over $40 would be momentum and overvaluation, right? But we see overvaluation every day in the market. Square is a good example. That's a stock that I own that's wildly overvalued, but it does happen. So if 40 is safe through 22, in my opinion, 30 is safe through 21. Everything else is momentum overvaluation, and that can hold for a long time. How long has Square traded overvalued? Forever, right? So that can happen here, but I just wanted to share my thoughts with all that. So I am going to take some questions here, as I always do. Rocket's still a buy. I mean, as far as buy right now, I don't know if I would. I would be way on the momentum train. You need to, in order to buy the day, you need to be doing momentum research, right? You need to get out of Yahoo Finance, and you need to get on to StockTwits, and you need to get on to Reddit, and you need to check if you guys are in those Discord chats or whatever. I don't have a Discord chat. I know there's a lot of activity there. You need to gauge the momentum of buyers. And that's always hard to do, right? Because there's a ton of people who are like, yeah, I'm buying 1 million shares, and then they don't show up. But I would go, at this point, you're going for momentum research, dig in deep, try to stare into people's eyes. Are they telling the truth? Are they going to buy? What's the game plan? Right now at 38, I would probably not buy. Just my point. But if it comes down and you're on the internet boards and it looks like there's some more activity coming, then sure, why not? I would not purchase above 30. Yes, correct. Where does it go from here? So I'll answer a question in a different way. I told you like fundamentally $30-ish, right? For at the end of 2021. Momentum wise, where could it go from a momentum standpoint? And I think it's still a little early. I will say that it wouldn't surprise me from what I've seen already today, basically at right out of the gate. Here, let me put it on this board. Hopefully this thing will show up. And that's not going to help us. I don't have an hour chart, unfortunately. One day. So we started the day pre-market at 24. Looks like immediately jumped to 27. We were hanging at 39. Something happened right here at 12:45, right? I don't know. Did somebody post something? Whatever. Did Jim Cramer come out? I have no idea. And you got right up to 34. Now you're peaking at 41 at 2:05 p.m. and you lost a lot of people sold out there. So now you're back down to 36. Looks like it's creeping back up. I mean, if you get past 41 next time, whenever the next run-up is, which may not be until tomorrow, you could easily get to $50, in my opinion. I think short-term, next 24 hours, $50 is a possibility. From there, you're going to need a pile-on. You would need a pile-on to get this stock to 100. And I'm not saying it won't happen because we've already seen AMC's, GameStop's, whatever. I was not part of any of those runs. I watched them, I cheered them, I loved them, but I was not part of those runs, so I can't tell you that I was doing minute-by-minute analysis on it. But the next goal would be 50, in my opinion. And after 50, it's either going to swell or come down. I know those are the only two options, but that's how I see it. I think 100's pushing it. But hey, it's not like it's expensive. It's not an expensive stock. We're not trying to trade booking holdings at $2K a share, right? So there's people who can afford this one, and that's what makes it attractive. Jeff, I saw Rocket and came to your channel. Thank you. And oh man, you made so much money on Callaway. Man, I'll tell you what, I kick myself on that because first of all, good for you. And I'm happy for you. I wimped out on Callaway because of their debt load. Like I was at Topgolf this weekend. I'm not really a golfer, but I love Topgolf, and I have two young boys who, like, who cares? Just go whack the ball and whatever. And Topgolf is awesome. Topgolf is a printing money machine. If you have ever been in that place, I had a 14-year-old and a 7-year-old and myself just hitting balls, hour and a half. Bought chicken tenders and pretzel bites and soft drinks, and it was $100. So that's fine. I don't, that's fine for Saturday or Sunday for me. I don't mind paying it. But I was only there for an hour and a half, and there was groups behind us with 8, 10 people drinking beers and Bloody Marys and stuff where, making good money off of that. So Topgolf, Callaway, love it. Maybe if we get a monster stock correction, I'll jump in it. Callaway was a decent stock by itself, but they had a shit ton of debt. And last year really killed them with the pandemic and retail stores being closed. I don't think the brand suffered, but retail stores and the PGA sponsorships all kind of shut down. But anyhow, good for you. Good afternoon, Kevin from Florida. Thanks for joining us. LD sold at 28.30, 34, and 37.50. Paper hands. Still holding 85 shares, but good for you to take profits. Next trade I'm thinking of following is Unity Software. Dude, I'm going to have a follow-up on Unity soon. I know I just did one, but I started researching this whole other world on Unity that I personally wasn't familiar with, but it's like this whole other internet, and it's embarrassing for me to even, I can't even think of the name of it, but it's like a whole new world, and Unity's right in it. I am not going to lie and tell you that Unity stock is cheap right now. It is not. If you see a market correction and you can get in, which happened last week for under 100, there was a couple moments of 99 and 98 in there. Dude, I don't put it as your number one investment, but get 10% of Unity if you can. If you can afford it and it makes sense, under 100 is great. And know that 3+ years, okay? 3+ years. It might pay off way before that, but just bank on it. CRSR. I have to look that one up. It doesn't ring a bell. Let's look at it together. Back to the home screen here. Looks like NASDAQ is still hovering minus. Oh, Corsair. I just didn't recognize the ticker symbol. So I think Corsair is a good stock. I like things related to gaming. The reason that I'm not buying Corsair and will not buy it is because I was in Turtle Beach for 2 years. And I know they're not apples to apples, but they're close. And that is computer accessories. And it's this flatline world, man, of computer accessories that sucks. And I got stuck in it with Turtle, but then I made my money on Turtle during the... Turtle, by the way, is ticker symbol here. And you guys have seen me do some video updates on that. But Turtle was a little more painful for me, not because I didn't make money. It just took so freaking long. So, and some of it's my fault. Turtle hit prosperity, whatever, in 2017, 2018. I bought at the top at the time, which was like $19-ish. And I averaged down here or there, but I basically let it sit. And video gaming goes in cycles. It goes through huge booms. So in 2018, it was the Fortnite boom. Turtle Beach destroyed it. 2019, 2020, prior pandemic, we were in a dead zone on video games. People were still buying shit, but they weren't buying it, like clearing the shelves buying it. Pandemic hits, Turtle stock drops to like freaking $7. I lowered my cost basis way down. I can't remember what it was. And obviously everyone cleared the shelves on Turtle Beach headsets. You couldn't get them on Amazon. You couldn't get them on their own website. So I was like, cool, this is going to work out eventually. And it took time, but it eventually got back over 20. I got 100% return, I think, at the end of the day. And when I hit that 100%, because I had held it for 2+ years, I was like, out. What does that have to do with Corsair? I just know that it has a chance to do the same thing. I'm not saying it will. I haven't studied the stock closely. But PC accessories, anything accessory business to video games, it's kind of like having an iPhone accessory business, right? Like iPhone screens and iPhone covers and all the shit that goes with an iPhone. Like if iPhones aren't selling, then you're not selling. So if we miss peak demand for video games, which probably ended in December, and I know PlayStations and Xboxes are still sold out, but we're reaching that game where everyone has what they're going to have for a year or two, then I think Corsair struggles to comp good times, mostly because I watched it happen to Turtle Beach. So anyway, do your own research. That's why I'm not buying Corsair. For all I know, they've got a secret sauce, and they're laughing at what I'm saying. I'm just telling you my 2 cents on it. All right, who else? JP, this is insane. Where are we at? I got stuck on 39. getting back to the high of the day is 41.53. That's what I got anyway on my screen. 38.39, high of the day, 41. NASDAQ up 0.86%. How are the interest rates doing today? Look at that. The bond 10 years down 2.5%. And where's Bitcoin? So Bitcoin's down. So Bitcoin being down has typically influenced stocks such as Square, etc. But now the bond is falling back down to normal levels. Well, not normal levels, but getting away from the hot zone of 1.6 that everyone was freaking out on. And so bonds being down, NASDAQ still down. It must be a Bitcoin thing. One thing you can always do when it comes to Bitcoin is check on your local Square. And Square up. Oh, but they had the banking news today. I'll have some more commentary on the banking news, but what I would, look at this, 1,000 new rocket posts since I've been online, which is 31 minutes. Let's see where we're at. You just see them coming in, man. That's what StockTwits is good for, dude. Just like watching this stupid thing right here that says how many new posts. Guys can use that to your advantage, especially you day traders. I'm not saying that this replaces your technicals and stuff like that, but if you're riding momentum, load this thing up in the background. You don't even have to read it. Just keep watching the volume, because volume is obviously what plays into momentum. So anyway, I got off track there. I think we were talking about Corsair, but how the hell is the volume 236 million? Change in hands, buyers, sellers. So you're right, it doesn't mathematically equal anything, but don't forget that in that little chart I showed you of the daily activity, it ran up to 41, then it dropped to whatever, 36 or something. So those are all hand changers. It's probably the highest volume stock of the day, I'm guessing. You can always check that. At least the way my Yahoo is set up. Hold on. I don't know if you guys can see it because it's on the sidebar. Let me fix it. Sorry, I have to scoot it over. Now you can see it. Okay. So down here, there's trending tickers, which is a popularity score. Stocks most active, that's going to be highest volume. So it looks like Sundial, Rocket, number 2. I don't know if these are ranked 1, 2, 3, 4, though. We'll have to see. NEO, man. God bless you guys if you're in NEO. That was a relatively positive earnings report, too. I didn't study it. It's not a stock I'm into, but I don't know why they're down so much. I thought they sold a bunch of cars. Was the headline that I read anyway. All right. I know, man, can't win them all. And so I have very much... Oh, yeah. Sold Eli. Good for you, man. This goes back to Eli, talking with SZ. I'm glad you sold because I think it ran high, and I hope you made money, and that's awesome. I just want to peek at it. What did it end up doing? 1 year. Yeah, I forget when I might have called that one at $20 or $19 something. I don't remember. But it's $28. It definitely, that's what sucks. I get so many emails, or comments. People are like, I liked when you did the undervalued stocks videos, right? And I hear you. There's not a lot. There is not a lot of undervalued stocks. And when I look at them and I post them on a video, I take it seriously. So I just don't post it because I need a video that says undervalued stocks. If I don't have any good ones, I'm not talking about it. So just know that. I have screeners set up for days that look at simple historical fundamental benchmarks, and when things go up or above that, you know, I can go and see which stocks are moving. They're not out there, guys. Like from a straight fundamentals perspective, undervalued is not out there. I'll tell you what my screeners are filled with right now. They're filled with international mining companies, okay? Penny stock mining companies. It's all just bullshit. So just know that I do love to search for undervalued stocks, and I love to share them with you. They're not out there. You can make the argument, I almost did this last week when we had the correction. You can make the argument that the more undervalued stocks right now are the FANG stocks. Just if you just go by EPS appreciation, in particular Google and in particular Amazon. Facebook's in there too, but I don't trust Facebook to make a run right now. I agree it's undervalued, but something's weird with that one. And Amazon's marching to the same drum. I didn't have any money last week to buy an Amazon share, but it got really close to that under 3K that I've been targeting, and I think we will eventually see if the market pulls back. So my 2 cents is if you want undervalued plus safety, keep your eye on FANG names. I know they're not cool, okay? I know that the younger generation doesn't like them as much, but they are not that bad. If you want a stock with a guaranteed EPS growth at a reasonable valuation, it's sitting right in front of your face. You don't have to go find a Brazilian copper mine stock to find that kind of value. It's out there, but it's not going to be the names you guys want to hear, so that's why I don't do that. All right. Oh, LD's out to smoke a fatty. Glad we saw it. I'm with you. Kudos to you. Thanks for stopping by. I hope so. I'm down 6% on Costco. Costco earnings should be fine. If you're in Costco, you're fighting momentum because Buffett sold out. So that sucks, because then everybody who's old sells too, because they try to follow him, just like ARK Invest. Once these guys and gals get popular and they start saying that they sold stuff, you know where it goes from there. Stuck with Rocket and it finally paid off. Good for you, Jimmy T. Treat yourself to a new Funko. We need a Rocket Funko, don't we? Anthony, earnings should be good for Costco. Online sales should go up. I think Costco's fine. I really do. I mean, are you going to wake up and it's going to go to $6 million? Probably not. Don't forget you have a dividend with that one. So out of all the risky trades that are out there, Costco is not a risky trade. You will get money back. It will be significantly more money back than your savings account. Put it that way. Lion added Costco. Jimmy T on PayPal. Dude, PayPal is my number one love. It's my true love. But I will say that it's running hot too. If I'm blessed because my cost basis is 187, so I think I'm fine. It might be 189, I can't remember. But I'm good. 230, 220. If I was going to add more, it would be in that range, which is obviously correction range. I don't think PayPal will disappoint with earnings. You're waiting for a valuation multiple to come down with PayPal at this point, but 10-year stock, easy. Derek, congrats on Rocket. Did you have a chance to look into STMP? No, and I owe you an email, and it's sitting in my inbox. So it's coming. I've had a wild couple days, not Rocket days, just crazy. So Derek, I'm with you, and I will be getting back to you very soon. Good to hear from you. Held Rocket since last October. Jeffrey, congratulations. Make sure that we all have an exit plan and we don't hold too long. 39.70 right now. What do we got? It's 3:05 p.m. and 39.70, 63%. So it's going to be interesting. No matter, I'm not selling today, regardless. It's going to be interesting to read the boards tonight, guys. Sneak in. You have a whole conglomerate of people who are busy right now. They're trading, right? They're at their jobs. They're doing whatever they do. And tonight, Eastern Standard Time after 7 p.m., they're going to be on Reddit. They're going to be on Twitter. Read the data. See what the momentum, excuse me. I don't know if it's really data. Hold on. This is what I'm going to be doing. It's not real data, but read Twitter, read StockTwits, read Reddit, see what people are saying. Are we going to keep going tomorrow? You should have a pretty good idea just on the general take of the community if it's going to go to 50 tomorrow. I think we're probably out on 50 today, unless we get a big boom. There's another, let me show you something else. This is a mixed bag. Let me tell you, but on Yahoo, there's this tab. This is desktop. I know I'm off center. I'm not going to try to fix it right now. Conversations. Okay, there's a lot of junk and spam in here, but there's also some interesting conversations. 1 second. It's so annoying when it gets off center. So every Yahoo stock has this Conversations tab. All right, that's another place you can read. I'm not saying it's better than Twitter. It's not. But it's another place when you're in momentum like this, you can check those just to get a feel for what people are saying. So free tip there. Price target, fundamental price target of 30 by the end of 2021 has probably already been blown up, Daniel. However, my momentum target is, we're at 40.06. I think it gets past 50. I really do. I'm feeling good about over 50, and then I have some decisions to make. 1 second. Target price for NEO. Sorry, Alex. I can't believe NEO's down to 43. But just to be fair to you, I don't invest in Chinese companies, so I don't have any NEO stocks. Just because I'm fundamental investor, like the gap accounting stuff is big with me, and they don't offer that. So anyway, what I will tell you, Alex, is, and I mentioned it live, you might have heard it, I don't understand how their sales were so good and their stock's down so far. So just, be careful. Lion Witch is why I bought a few Costco shares. Yep. Jesus is up 19K. Bless you, sir. That is awesome. Can Rocket hit 50? Yes, it can, Mr. Thanator. JP, Rocket's so fundamentally sound. I just don't know how much it would actually drop. I agree. So JP, do you bring up a good point that I thought about before I even got on this? And that is, let's say it goes to 50, even here by the end of the day, we're at 40.12. I think 50 is tomorrow. How much would it drop heading into that dividend of $1.11 on March 23rd, right? And furthermore, to that same point, like how much is left on the run-up if anyone's attracted to the $1.11 special dividend, right? We talked about the fact that you've got to get in no later than Monday of next week, and that's pushing it. Excuse me. So how many people are just waiting to jump on the train? I don't know. I might be undercutting it. Like if I'm not sure every trader understands the special dividend, that they don't have to do anything special except buy it before the date, which I'm recommending Friday, but you can wait as long as Monday. And then they just hold the stock till the 23rd, and you earn the dividend. So that's it. If you're confused with that, it's super duper simple, but you do have to hold. You can't just buy and sell, let's say on the 15th. You have to hold through the 23rd, okay? So that's something to keep in mind, at least my understanding of it anyhow. New investor jumped on Rocket yesterday. 1 second. Wondering how to play it. Only have a small position. I don't know what I would play, but I think it's running hot right now. Depending on when you got in, I would stay. Everything over 40.10 is a bonus, so you're not playing with free money right now. Is my only 2 cents. Read stock twits is breaking my browser. That's funny. I'm not. Is it broken? Oh no, I still got it. I'm on Google Chrome PC, so. If that helps you. Whenever I need some entertainment, I just read the Dow Jones Conversation tab. Nice. Dude, those Yahoo boards are goofy as hell, but there is some funny stuff in them. They're not as entertaining as stock twits, but Callapalooza and Rocket Mortgage echoes GameStop squeeze. Nice. I'll take it. Are you selling? Right now, I would not consider, with the information I have today, I would not sell before 50 at this point. I think 50's in there. Opinion on MasterCard Visa, love it. I'm a Visa's, so Visa's no longer my top market value position, but it's my top cost basis position, and I haven't sold a single share, and I think it would be silly to now. So I do think all the travel opens back up. International travel is still going to be a problem, but inter-European travel, if that's a word, I think returns, going from Italy to France, going from France to Berlin, stuff like that. I think it comes back and they make money. Do I like Dave Portnoy? I saw the Buzz ETF, so I think Portnoy is entertaining. I don't listen to him regularly, but he's a great personality. The Buzz one, I don't know. I can't so we have to, the only thing with Buzz, I like it in the fact that, it's an ETF for momentum traders, right? And I have no doubt that Portnoy spent a lot of time looking at this and tinkering with the math. Everything we buy that's based on past performance is a risk because, as they say, it doesn't indicate future success, and very rarely does a stock trade in the same manner that it has traded in the past. So that's the catch with things that were popular. Banking on things that were popular yesterday doesn't necessarily mean anything for tomorrow. However, I do think Portnoy is smart, and I do think that, I think that he's got his reputation on the line with something like this, and I don't think he'd do it. He doesn't seem like a guy who would just do it for the money. I feel like he has the money, but maybe, I don't know him personally, so I can't say that. So sorry, I will not be buying Buzz ETF myself. However, anyone who wants to play it at 2% of their portfolio or something, why not? See what it's all about. Be interesting to see what happens though in a major market correction with anything that's based on momentum, right? I don't think that you can beat a market correction on momentum stocks. In an ETF package, you might find the right momentum stock at the right time, but a basket of, 100 or 1,000, I don't know how many stocks are in there, very unlikely that that's going to beat. We're at $40.10 on Rocket right now. Tracks social media engagement based on AI, so it has the top 75. Okay, 75 most talked about stocks. And actively managed. Actively managed is good. That's what ARK does. You will likely pay a premium for that, just like you do with ARK. However, if it performs like ARK, which is, they are, by the way, unrelated in their strategies and principles, then it would totally be worth it. At this point, people aren't thinking about special dividend. I agree with that. Momo stocks. I don't know Momo stocks. Is that another board? Anyway, Short squeeze, yes. Let's see. I'll try to say it. Shashkant, is it a short squeeze going on? That's part of the equation. You are correct. I think it's the number 2 or 3 most shorted stock within a market cap parameter. I think GME is still on the top, by the way, but it's come down a lot. If this is a real short squeeze, it will peak and then dump. Technically, yes, you are correct. Now, there is a game that I don't understand, so you'll have to look it up. There is a game with dividend stocks and shorts, and I'm just going to stop there. I don't know if shorts pay dividend. I don't know how it works, but keep it in mind to do more research. That's where the Reddit board, they're going to be all over it because they're trying to stick it to people. So if there is something with dividends and shorts, then I would think you would find it on Reddit. Get on rocket to the moon? Yes, sir. And you're traveling to the moon, it looks like. We probably hit 500. Look at Nasir. We probably hit 500 by Friday. That's a bold one. Dude, I would take it. Are you in any Canadian stocks? I don't. Lion, I think we've done this before. The only one that I know for sure that I would like blindly buy because I've already researched it is Canadian Solar. I think that looks like a really, really solid play. I went with Enphase, which, by the way, I'm drowning right now in Enphase. I'm just lowering my cost basis. I don't really care because it's for the future. But Canadian Solar looks really, really strong. And so wish I could help you with more. Seems like flying to 42. I'm still at 40.10. Oh, I had to refresh. We are at 41.06. 41.10. Look at that. Crazy. So our top, 41.53. We have, in official trading hours, 42 minutes left in official trading hours. Back to the moon. How high do we go? Sell half rocket. So Sarik, that's on my agenda at probably at $50. Is to sell, get back my cost. I'm getting my cost basis back in this game, right? So let me see here. I'm going to show you guys where I'm at with Rocket once I set up the screen correctly. And I find it. All right, so I put all my stocks into Yahoo just to make it easier to show on the screen like this. And on Rocket, does this show we need to go to the one that says my holdings. So on Rocket, I've got 290 shares at a cost basis of $19.84, right? So that doesn't show you how much I paid for that. So 300 shares times 20 is $6,000, right? So it's probably like $5,900, something like that. So I could conceivably sell right now, I could sell half my position and would basically get all my money back from the cost basis that I put into it, and the rest is free money that I would likely let sit unless something just crazy happens. So that's my thought process, if that helps. Bruce, are you still holding here? No, 5 shares about a year ago because of your video. That's awesome. What's it at these days? I sold out because I waited. I was in it too long. I just did that story. Man, it's at 31.54. If you bought it way back when on one of my videos, then I'm guessing you're up. I would hope so. after that long. LSPD, Lightspeed POS. So I'm assuming by POS they mean cash registers. Put it up here real quick. Looks like an IPO at 30, you're up to 71. I don't know much about this one, but you got some pretty high multiples. 37x on sales. Price to book, not too bad. Let's see how we're doing on the balance sheet. $55 million in debt, but $232 in cash, and $175 million trailing 12 months revenue. So that's not bad. Looks like, their cash is decent. Their debt's not too bad. Something like this on Lightspeed, and I don't know the backstory, okay, so I just want to be fair. They are in Montreal. This is where you can get a lot of insight. Anything like this, POS systems, and it's good you're in Canada, Lion. I would be on the internet. What do they say? Hold on. Small, mid-sized business, retailers, restaurants, golf course operators. Okay. Start going into doing Lightspeed POS reviews or Lightspeed POS whatever. Features, something. Try to dig down into the forums of restaurants, small business, golf course. See if people like it. And, see how it compares to, say, Square, for example. And then you got to try to get into those earnings reports and see what the real sales are. So it's okay that they're not profitable yet. They're probably very small. In fact, 8 billion market cap, not bad. So that's what I would do. But if I had all the time in the world and I was thinking about buying this, that's exactly where I would go. Go to the internet, see how the reviews are. Try to see places like Google My Business, stuff like that, where you can see reviews, anywhere that you can get somebody talking about it and if they liked it. Okay. How much tax do you get if you sell but don't withdraw? So Grace, if it depends on what kind of account you have. If it's your retirement account and you sell but don't withdraw, you get no taxes, but you can never take it out, right? You would just reinvest it. If you're in a taxable trading account like me, that's where all my individual stocks are. Just selling, even if I left it in the brokerage, I would still get taxed. So you're either in a tax-deferred savings account, or retirement account, or you're in taxable. Taxable would be like Robinhood, where you signed up, money from your paycheck doesn't automatically go there, stuff like that. Hope that helps. What is price target? We're hoping for 50 in the short term there, PJ. Dipping a little, 39.84. Joseph says Rocket is going to pop. Brandon says good idea to buy in at current price. I don't know. I wouldn't buy today. If you don't have any shares, I'm not sure that I would buy into today. But that's a tough call. It's not fair for me to say. Just to be clear, my cost basis is 1984. I think we just saw. So I don't want to tell somebody to buy at 40 and then it goes to 35 because I'm still going to be smiling and you're not. I'm watching on delay because I was 10 minutes late. Was just thinking if you sold after the 9th or 10th, you'd still... JP, you bring up a good point. Let's take a look. I'm starting to second guess myself on that. We're going to go to Investopedia and get the truth. Let me fix the screen so you guys can see. So here's what I did. Ex-dividend date definition on Google. Investopedia is trustworthy. Describes a stock that is trading without the value of the next dividend. The ex-dividend date is the date the stock starts trading without the value, blah, blah, blah. Rather, the dividend payment is made to whoever owned the stock the day before the ex-dividend date. Okay. Let's see if it gives us an example, because I feel like I was talking in circles. Here we go. Declaration date is when the company announces it. Record date is when the company looks to see who the shareholders of record are. So record date is the same thing, correct me if I'm wrong, as the ex-dividend date. So let's go to Rocket. Oh, daggone it, I didn't transition. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. So this is ex-dividend definition on Investopedia. So the ex-dividend date, it doesn't do a good job of specifying it here. But basically, that's the recorded date. Okay, that's when the company looks to see who is on the stockholder of record, right? So that, in the case of Rocket, is March 9th. The payment date is the date when the dividend checks are sent or credited. Since the payment date is known in advance, the event shouldn't have any impact on the stock's price. Now, it doesn't tell us if you have to hold to the payment date. The payment date, investors. I'm reading at the same pace you are here. Payment date for stock's dividend is the day on which checks go out. Shareholders owning the stock on the record date will receive the dividend. The day before the record date is the ex-dividend date, meaning it's the first day the stock is trading, okay? Sorry, I'm going quiet. I'm just trying to read through. Okay, so let's do this a little differently. And I'm going to do it in the background so that you guys don't have to stare at a screen of nothing. So we're going to Google search. Do I have to hold stock through dividend pay date? All right, we got some quick answers. Oh, stupid. All dumb. Here we go. And it's from Investopedia. Good. If a stockholder sells their shares before the ex-dividend date, also known as the ex-date, they will not receive a dividend. If shares are sold on or after the ex-dividend, they still receive the dividend. There we go. So I was wrong, is a short version. I've never sold a stock before I got paid for the dividend. You can sell it after, in our case, March 9th is what I'm reading here. If a stockholder sells their shares, that doesn't apply to us. On or after the ex-dividend date, they will still receive the dividend. When you purchase shares, your name does not automatically get added to the record books. It takes about 3 days from the transaction date. Okay, so that's good. Correction on my end. So technically with Rocket, and that kind of changes how we look at things, if the ex-dividend date is Tuesday the 9th, which is a week from today, then I'm guessing you want to be in, from the way we've read this, we want to be done with our buying. If you want to qualify for the dividend, you want to be done with your buying on Monday, March 8th before 4 p.m. EST. And that's probably cutting it a little close. I probably recommend Friday because I don't trust record keeping getting updated on time, but that's just me. And then you could sell on or after the 9th, and you would still get a check for your dividend. Obviously, it wouldn't come until March 23rd or thereabouts. So any one of you are playing that strategy, that's good to know. It's good for me if I want to hold through, Wednesday the 10th or something. I'm more on a price target right now, though. I got to tell you, I'm more on that $50 price target, and we're at $40.93 right now with 29 minutes to go in trading. So tomorrow's going to be the day, I think, at this point, if we do hit 50. And at that point, I will almost for sure take my cost basis back, unless it rockets past 50 and immediately hits 60. I don't know. At what point do you bail, right? I would certainly take more than double my money at $50. Whoa, hold on. So JP, I hope you got all that. Sorry for the confusion. All you have to do is hold it through the 9th. And it sounds like you can sell on the 9th. I'd be a little scared too, but whatever. I'm just tinfoil hat. You still have Sabre on bullish? Yes. Now, I wish that I could tell you guys that Sabre was $11 when I bought it, or $12. It's $14.55. If you are looking for a travel rebound play that's not expensive, that's a good stock at $14.55 that I think will easily get to $20 by the end of the year. But just know that you've lost some opportunity. Now, if there's a market correction, it'll affect Sabre too, and then maybe it drops to 12 or something, and then you got about $8, in my opinion, coming to you by, call it mid-January, when they report Q4 earnings in 2022. Do you get taxed on a stock if it increases value? From Michael, no, not unless you sell it. Elena has 2 contracts for Rocket that expire on Jan 22, up 200%. Should I sell? We're in the same boat on a different place. I think it goes to 50 at this point, and you make more. Elena, though, you know what the most important thing about selling stock is like, how much do you need that money? You know what I mean? Like, are you saving up for spring break vacation with your family and this is it? Then sell it. Lock in your spring break vacation. That's not really what I'm particularly doing. I want the money. I can use the money, but I don't have a short-term destination for the money. So I'm holding out for 50. Just don't blame me if we don't get there. Hope that helps. Suspended. Oh, interesting. Halted again. Bought at 19. When to sell? You hear me on the 50s, guys. For Buzz, apparently they have been tinkering with the AI for 5 years. Good call. Destroyed the S&P. Portnoy didn't create it himself, but a company came to him. Okay, that's good background info. Like I said, Portnoy doesn't strike me as a liar. You can never really tell with media people anymore, but he doesn't strike me as like a bad guy at all. He strikes me as a pretty intense business guy who's also entertaining. I'm not a Barstool fanatic or anything, but he definitely strikes me as more honest than a lot of stock market people. If stimulus bill gets passed in the Senate next week, yeah, that'll be another thing. Just like you said, his reputation's on the line. Correct. Appreciate the answer. Scared to sell now. This is Grace because I don't want to be taxed Yeah. So you have to, the good news on taxes, if you do decide to sell, one second. The good news on taxes is if you do it in a taxable account, you can withdraw that money, okay? So let's just say I bought a stock for $100. The stock went to $200. I sell it at $200. I now have $200, my original investment plus the gain. The only thing you're taxed on is the gain, right? And you're not taxed on $200, you're taxed on $100. And for most people, depending on your income bracket, that's going to be, just call it 30%. It should actually be less than that, but just pretend it's 30%. That's only $30. So of the 100 you made, you're getting taxed $30. So what you can do is, if you're really nervous about that happening to you, is you withdraw your winnings, because it doesn't matter, what you do with the money, and you just put it off to the savings account. Don't forget too that if you cashed out today, you don't have to pay taxes until April of 22 on the transaction you made here on March 2nd. So don't be too nervous, because you never know. You may never see these prices again. Sorry, my voice is running out. Jeffrey Wang has the right methodology there. Think of it as a winner fee. Rocket, halt. As a GME veteran, the best thing to do is sell in brackets. Good call by Blue Parrot. Stick to your exit strategy. I couldn't agree more. Right now, everybody who's in Rocket needs to know, what is your price? What is going to make you cry if it doesn't happen, right? And we don't want to cry. There's no crying in investing. So that number for me is 50, okay? I would cry, not in person, but I would be hurt if I did not sell at least some of my Rocket at a $50 price point. So it's very simple for me. Doesn't mean I'm going to sell it all. I'm just telling you what I'm thinking. You think it will sell in after hours? Probably. Do I think it'll tank in after hours? I think is what you're getting at. I don't think so. But, we're flipping coins here. Freeze third time, they keep halting. Zeta sold 50% of Rocket shares, locked some profit, good for you. Froggy would have been in the 50s by now, but they keep halting. I see we're at 42. What do we got? 3:38 p.m. Eastern time. We're at 42. Yeah, I'm probably, it's going to be close. 50 is going to be close. But it's also telling us, guys, when the price is doing this at 3:30, it bodes pretty well for tomorrow. Particularly with that dividend coming up, but I don't know. I don't want to put too much pressure on it because that's $1, right? So if you're in my world, yeah, it's $1 a share, but I'm also at a cost basis of 1984 and the stock's at 42. So that $1 a share is kind of irrelevant in the short term with what we see what's going on. So I don't want to overthink the dividend. It was weighing on my mind coming into this chat. But we're sort of in 40s now. I don't know how much we need to pay attention to it. Sold at 41. Nice job, Luke. Try 45% tax at 8. Really? Blue Parrot says 45% tax at $8,333 profit. Huh. That's interesting. I don't have short-term taxes memorized, but I thought that they were the same thing as your regular income. That was my understanding. But you might be onto something. Is there a site that you can find? Yeah, it's type into Google high short interest. And there's like an old school site in there that the guy, computer guy, girl, whatever, does a pretty good job of updating it, like multiple times. It doesn't even update. Realistically, it updates twice a month in the stock market, but this person updates it 3 or 4 times a month. There you go, Grace. No problem. Tenzin, cheers to you. $80 per share minimum from Just Another Day. Have you added any Disney? Lion, getting ready to do a Disney video. I'm struggling with it. Struggling to buy it, to be honest with you. It's fallen in those other travel stocks of like way up before people are back. And I know the stock market's in the future, but gee whiz. Rocket price prediction, I'm going for 50s. You got people here as high as 80. That's where we're at right now. Oh, should I specify the country? Denmark. Oh, okay. So Blue Parrot, yeah, I'm in USA. So I was like, whoa. But that's, for you, that's a pretty big consideration. Blue Parrot was saying, where was this little thread? 46% of an $8,000 gain goes to taxes where he's at in his particular situation in Denmark. Nuts. That changes your whole strategy, right? So I'm sure Blue Parrot could probably talk to us for days about thinking about when to get out and what, like, if Blue Parrot was saving for a vacation, right? Imagine this. He wants to take his family or friends on a $4,000 vacation. But the country is going to take 46% of his profits. So he has to have an $8,000 winning trade profit, because he knows he's given 4 some to Denmark, which is nuts. Good luck to you, sir. That is not easy. If you were in at 19, would you suggest? I would if you need the money. Otherwise, we still got some momentum, and I'm out at 50. Not all the way out. I'm cost basis out at 50. Do you think it has reached top in the short term? I do not. Not what I'm seeing right now. To the moon, thank you. I only have 8 shares. It's all right. Hey, better than no shares. So no one, just to put it in perspective, Bao, I have 290 shares, right? And there's people with 100,000 shares, 5,000 shares. So we're not ballers. We're not all ballers here, for sure. I have family, I have kids, so it's not like I'm not doing Lamborghini trades here. We're all just trying to make a couple bucks. So don't ever be embarrassed about how many shares you have, man, because you're doing better than most. The fact that you're even in a financial forum doing what you're doing better than most people in my country who are out just on their credit cards all day. NEO, I'm out on NEO. Nothing against it. I don't buy Chinese stocks, so nothing personal. Rockets don't stop at the clouds. They go into space. Awesome. Joel, enjoy your content. Thanks, Joel. I appreciate it. Lion, yay, socialism. I hear you. JP, live stream tomorrow. Dude, if we keep going, I will. I'm going to try to knock out these questions, and then I'm probably going to get back in the chair for the last 10 minutes. We're at $42. Let me refresh. I need to do my research too, guys. So I want to save about 10 minutes before the market closes in case I do anything crazy. This is my first single stock that I purchased. I purchased it today because of your video. Nice. Congratulations, Michael. Welcome to investing. It doesn't always happen like this. But have fun with it, man. It's 1 share. Who cares? Or it doesn't, does it say? Oh, yeah, 1 share. Who cares? You are doing more than the average person is to get better at this. So you should be proud of yourself regardless if it goes to 0. Every time I buy stuff, it goes down. So Andrew, sometimes I think to myself when I'm watching a stock that I want and it doesn't go down, that I should just buy it, one share, so that it does go down, and then I'll buy it from there. I literally did that with Etsy way back in fall. I got so mad at it because it wouldn't go down, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just buying a share, and then it'll go down. And it did, not right away, but I bought like 5 shares, and then it went down, and I finished off my position. So I'm with you, man. Sumaya has 2 shares. Be proud of yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Still a college student. Got away with 10% tax on 800%. Tesla trade. Good for you. Went into aiming long term. Good for you. Took the profits. And Uzziah somehow got away with the 10% tax. It's a lot of it is based on your income level. So there is an oddball game where if you didn't make $1 million, right? Let's say you're a college student, you make $0, but you made $20,000 off of a Tesla trade. Your income is basically $20,000 for that year. But guess what? $20,000 is still one of the lower tax brackets in USA. So it wouldn't be as bad as you think. Yes, as Hosea will tell you, you still have to save and prepare for that, but you don't have to freak out if you're lower. The people that get screwed on it is the big time guys. So whatever, I'll just say financial education or those guys that are, super millionaires. Every time they cash out, particularly $500,000 wins, they're in a whole nother atmosphere of what's the word I'm looking for? Not revenue, but income. And they're at the 50+% tax bracket in income. There's no way that they're not. And so they get a $500,000 trade or profit, 250. It turns into Denmark really fast. Let me tell you that. All right. Have you changed your mind on Uber? I like Uber conceptually, but I haven't changed my mind that it's what I was hoping it was going to be 2 years ago, to be honest with you. What the heck is wrong with Baba? I should do an Alibaba update, but I don't really buy Chinese stocks, so I kind of think it's hypocritical for me to do an update. But fundamentally, that stock looks really good. The by the way, we're under $42 or $41. It's 40.80. So a little slowdown here. People selling off to make their day. If you're looking at Baba, who said that? Calm me now. I felt like Bart Simpson just answered the phone. Alibaba's future revenue projections are dropping because of what's going on with the government. So stuff that we thought they were going to make money on is starting to consolidate from an analyst's opinion. So the upside has come way down. So that's what's going on. Doesn't mean it's bad. Just what it is. All right. I got to check in with Blue Parrot. His situation's crazy. I do not mind the tax, but I'm biased as heck. It's paying for my college, so that's fair. $1,000 a month to be a student at the age of 18 and up. So that makes sense. He's talking about he does get some federal, sounds like you get some federal assistance from the taxes, which is good. I don't own Rocket, but I love your content. Thanks, SailT. Everybody has their wins. I certainly wasn't expecting this today. Please stay on the air. Oh, God. No, Doug, I have to go read. We're under 40. Here's my tip for the last 10 minutes in the market. If you really need this money badly, sell right now, okay? If this money means a lot to your family, then sell right now. We don't know what tomorrow's going to be. And I'm holding out for 50. I think it makes another run tomorrow. But make no mistake about it, guys. This is you. This is selfish time. If you've made some money that helps you and your family, cash out. Don't even look back. Can always buy in tomorrow. It's going to be $39 or so. So that's my advice. JP still watching on a delay. Important man, cool. Hey guys, I am gonna run, but I will. We'll do this again. I actually had a lot of fun today, so maybe around lunchtime tomorrow. Tomorrow is Wednesday in my neck of the woods in USA. So we'll let things get fired up in the morning. We'll see how the stock's trending, and then I'll try to jump on again. But I really appreciate everybody hanging out with me, and hopefully you got some new subscribers for the channel. Thanks for all your support. We will see you next time.